That'll do it. What is up, guys? It is me, your girl Shant'e, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. If you are new, scratch that, welcome back, period. Why I look like my camera leaning a little bit? Hold on, y'all. Alright, so as you guys can tell, this by the title, listen, why would y'all not tell me I never told y'all the story about Demon, like how me and Demon met? Y'all never said, Shant'e, can you give us the rundown of how you and him even met? So this story time is probably gonna be broken up in parts because a very complicated story. It's so many layers behind this story. It has to be broken down because this will be a 2-hour story time if I don't break it up in parts. Excuse my hair because I just wanted to eat and I'm hungry and I've been editing all day, and I just felt like since I want to unwind and sit down and talk to y'all, let's just give y'all the story time because this was actually in the back of my mind. So I'm eating crawfish, my Fiji water, my hot sauce, boom bam bam. If y'all see me eating going crazy, it's because I'm hungry. So, and crawfish is my favorite food, so let's just get into it. Okay, so as you all know, I met Demon after high school, working at the movie theater. I finally tell y'all how I got a job. My brother was the manager and I was just graduating, and he was like, just get you a job. That's why all this stuff had took place at the theater, because I had just graduated. Okay, boom. So as I started working at the movie theater, I had met this guy. It wasn't Demon, it was actually one of my other exes that I did a story time about. I can't remember what I named him though. So I was dating him at the time before I met Demon. We got into it or whatever and we ended up breaking up. A lot of people have grew like, this story is so crazy in my city because we were dating and we were like this couple that everybody knew about. So everybody had their own assumptions. Nobody really knew what really happened in this story time. So it's so funny that I could finally go ahead and talk about it. But there was rumor when I first met Demon that I was cheating. I cheated on my boyfriend for him, and I did it. Nobody knew me and my ex had broken up. So that's that. We broke up. And he can tell you, she broke up with me. So we broke up and I was just basically chilling. Like I wasn't trying to do nothing with nobody. I was just chilling. So I had this boy best friend around the time. I'm gonna name him Too Much because baby was too much, okay? Me and Too Much was best friends or whatever at the time. And I was having my 19th birthday party or whatever, and I decided that I wanted to do a kickback. As him being my best friend, I called him on FaceTime one day and I was just like, I need you to go with me to find my outfit for the party. So as we on FaceTime, Demon pops in on the camera and he like, who is that? So Too Much, he like, nah, nope. You ain't even finna, yeah, cause I'm not finna put her in none of that. So I'm like, I'm looking at him as he talking and I'm like, bruh, he looks so familiar. Like he looks so familiar. Like mind you, keep in mind, never knew his name. This is something also that people was assuming. Me and Demon never knew each other's names, and y'all found out in the story. So I'm telling Too Much, I'm like, bro, that boy looks so familiar, like I didn't seen him before. So Demon was like, you probably did or whatever. Woo. So I'm like, I probably did, you know, somewhere in the club, somewhere in the little teen parties that we used to have or whatever. So he chopping it up, still trying to make passes at me, and I'm like, I'm not going for it because I don't know, I just wasn't going for it. Me and Too Much got off the phone. The day goes by. A couple of days later, Demon ended up following me on Snapchat. So I'm like, I'm telling my best friend. Now Demon's name for me and my best friend was Lips, because Demon had some real big lips. So when he ended up adding me on Snapchat, I was like, girl, this the boy I was telling you about that that was at Too Much house that day or whatever and was trying to talk to me. She was like, girl, he got big little shit. I said, you know, we're gonna name him Lips. So that was our code word for him, Lips. He ended up adding me on Snapchat, and literally every single day or every time I posted something, he would heart eye it. When you gonna chill with me? When you gonna let me take you out? When you gonna do? I'm talking about, if consistent was a person, it'll be him. That's why I never understood how the heck Demon could try me when he was so crazy about me when we first met. Like it was so crazy. Like it was his goal to get me. So one day, this was when I was participating in activities when I was young. He was a plug, so we needed a shop. I forgot what we was doing, but we needed a shop, and I was like, I ain't got no plug. So I was like, oh, but you know what? Lips is a plug. I could probably ask him. I said, but then I was like, I don't feel like him trying to talk to me though. So I hit him up and I was like, you sell? He was like, bro, you reply back to everything. You ain't never reply back to me. Now you ask me if I sell, but he was like, yeah. So I told my best friend, I was like, see, this is what I felt like. So we ended up finding another plug and we didn't end up using him. So one day, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I cannot remember how he got out of my Snapchat. I cannot remember. I don't know how he got my number. I'm telling y'all, I do not. Now that part I don't remember. But either way I go, he ended up getting out of my Snapchat, and it didn't make no better because I was not texting him back. So I'm at work one day and I forgot, we were just sitting there, me, my homeboy T, I can call his real name. My homeboy T, we sitting there chopping it up about relationships. So I was like, oh yeah, cause it's this boy in my phone. I don't even be texting that nigga back. Like boop, boop, boop. Kid y'all, nah, I put this on everything. I get up to go ring a customer out, y'all. Demon come walking from the back of the movie theater out the theater. And my face was so puzzled because I'm like, he walked up to the thing. He was leaving with his sister and one of her folks or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, you lame too, you lame. You don't even be texting me back, da da da. And I'm just standing there like, I just mentioned this nigga. So T was like, who that is? I said, the nigga I just mentioned and told you I don't be texting back. So we sitting there crying, laughing, because we just like, boy, life be lifing. So after that, I end up texting him or whatever. Little casual conversation. Again, we never knew each other's names, so we just chopping it up. I had him say, now mind you, this is funny. I had him saved as the smirk emoji and 3 emojis. I know one of them was the smirk emojis. And the same 3 emojis in the same order I had him saved in my phone was the same way he had me saved in his phone. That's what was so funny. Because he ended up telling me his side as well as my side, and we put the sides together. But anyway. So, I'm at work, right? And I get a phone call. Now, mind you, my homegirl, C, she had just called me and was like, I'm finna come through at the theater. So, you know, sometimes I used to get my friends ain't free. So they used to call before they came. So I'm thinking that's her call my phone, because I ain't had C number saved, but I knew her number. I knew the beginning of her number by heart. I get a phone call and they like, hello. And I'm like, hello. They was like, what you doing? And I was at work, you finna come up here? Because I'm thinking it's her. And I had multiple people in the background. I heard somebody say, you know a boy named Demon? So I'm like, nah. But her voice wasn't familiar. So I'm like, who is this? So my homegirl, I'm gonna call her Jay. My homegirl Jay standing next to me, so she like, what's going on? Like she whispering, she like, what's going on? So I said, who is this? And they was like, you sure you don't know nobody named Demon? So I'm like, yes, who is this? So the phone hung up. Oh, I tried to call back. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, who is Demon? Like, who is Demon? So Jay, she looking at me, she's like, yeah, who is Demon? So I'm just sitting there puzzled. I'm just thinking. I'm like, I don't talk to nobody. So what female could be calling my phone about a nigga? Ding. Oh boy. So I'm like, huh. So I text Too Much. And I was like, Too Much, what's that boy name that you put me down with? And then I end up texting his phone and was like, is your name Demon? Because I never knew his name. He never knew my name. I never knew his name. We just chatting. Man, Too Much ain't never text me back. He ain't never text me back. I'm like, oh heck no. So I text my best friend. She was like, hold on, that name sound familiar. So we get on Instagram. Y'all tell me why. And his ex, I'm gonna call her Turtle. Turtle had posted a picture of them two on her Instagram. And I was like, I showed my best friend, I said, that's him, that's the boy I was talking about. I heard that's Lips. She was like, that is Lips. She was like, but that's Turtle. And I thought, how you know her? She was like, she used to hang around my best friend, Old's best friend. So she was like, yeah, they've been going out for a long time. That is her dude. He do look familiar. Like, they have been going out for a long amount of time. So I'm like, why is he in my DM? And how the heck did she get my number? So she like, she must be took his phone or something, because she posted on a thing. So the post had said, free my nigga, da 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 da. He had got locked up. At that point, that should have been a red sign for me. But as we continue, so I'm like, oh, so she must be calling me because she found out. So me, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, you found out that I don't know. It wasn't nothing even in a text thread for real. It was, and this is what Demon told me. She got mad because Demon used to hide stuff from her And like he would have it saved as something in his phone. He was like, I didn't hide your name nor your number. Like I didn't hide your number in my phone. I had you saved as those emojis, and she was mad. Cause she found it. But we weren't together. She ended up getting my phone when I got locked up. That's how she ended up finding out who you was. So I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, back to the story. So I'm talking to my best friend or whatever about it. Next thing you know, back in the day, we do like the to be honest posts or whatever the case may be. So me and her were already mutual friends on Instagram. Mind you, one of her homegirls, because we had like her homegirls, I think I had like 1 or 2 mutual friends that knew her. Like we had mutual friends. So one of our mutual friends ended up telling me that she lied and told them that we been had beef. Me and her been had a situation. I've never seen you a day in my life until now. Like even following you on Instagram, I probably never paid you no attention. So why are you lying to folks telling people we been had beef? Because girl, no, we didn't. I didn't know you for real. So what are you talking about? So on Instagram, when she made this post basically on her story, like me and him don't talk. Basically clarifying that they don't talk. And how niggas ain't this and niggas ain't that. So she when I seen that, I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're not together, but I still don't want to deal with that. Next thing you know, he ends up texting me or whatever, and around this time, like I was telling y'all the ex that I was done dealing with, we was like, he just cut. Me and him was done. We wasn't straddling the fence or nothing, but he just kept asking me like, when we gonna get back together? And I knew in my head, I didn't want to be with him because he was a crybaby. He cried about the dumbest stuff. Like it wasn't it. So on this time, you know me, I was just like, at this point, I'm gonna just get my hose back up because I ain't talking to nobody. So right then and there, boom, Demon ended up Snapchat me. He was like, you should let me come pick you up or let me take you out or whatever. I don't know what in my right mind was just like, okay. So I told my best friend, I said, I just said okay. Like I just said okay, I'm gonna see how I go, like whatever. So he ends up coming to pick me up. And what happened? When he picked me up, I turned around in the back seat. I seen one of my homeboys. I'm like, what up? He like, boy, what up? He was like, what you? He was looking at Demon. He like, how you even get with her? Like, she ain't even into guys like you for real, which I wasn't. Like, that fast, loud life, that's not me. Car cracking up, catching up, whatever. So he telling me like, my homeboy, he not lying to me. He telling me like everything. She crazy. She just be doing too much. Like she done got into my girl. She done got into everybody. Like they not together. She just freaking crazy. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. At this point, I continued. I only continued because she was trying to try me. Like I couldn't bag this nigga. Like calling me ugly. Oh, you ugly. And if y'all see her, I'ma shut up. So now you trying me. Like now I'm really finna try you. Cause please don't play with me for real. Cause I had this dude acting a fool about me for real. And I did. So we started dating or whatever. And it was like a good 3 months. Like the first 3 months we was dating, we was good. Like he wasn't cheating. He wasn't talking to nobody. This is the first thing that happened. One day we was in a house or whatever. We was at his house. And this when Triller was out. My homeboy, I'm gonna call him Fiji. Fiji is honestly the reason why I gave him the green light why I would talk to him, because Fiji don't lie to me. Like Fiji just told me straight up what was going on. So he's like, I wouldn't put you in no predicament where it's really sour. Like that ain't what's going on. So I'm like, okay. So me and Fiji was real close. Like we was friends outside of me and him and Demon. Like we was cool before that. Like we got the same hood. So we making Trillers in this man's house. Somehow or another, Fiji upload, well, not somehow or another, but when he uploaded the Triller in the house, she ends up seeing it. And we chilling in the house. It was probably like 5-10 minutes after. Y'all, we chilling in the house. We laying in the bed. We chopping it up. Next thing you know, the phone rang.